Okay, so this is the next set of ZBLL. It's going to be where we have an opposite two corners on the top and a same two corners in the front. So yeah, let's just get into the algs. So these are the first two. It's basically we're going to have like a very a long block in the front of the cube. So it just matters. There's a mirror of this, so how you differentiate the case is where so we're always gonna have like this long bar in the front. It just matters where like the other edge that's also connected to the block is. So for this case, we have the extended block on the right, and then for this case we have the extended block on the left. And basically you just are gonna want to, you can think about it as like from whichever side the extended block is on, you want to start the alg from that side. So yeah, that's just one way of thinking about it. But yeah, so for this case, so the extended block is on the left, so you start on the left. So basically what you do is you do an R or an L U prime, and then you take out this pair, make it a split pair by like fixing that stuff, do a U2, and then just insert this free pair. So it's really simple. Again, it's just like this. So you do you take out this pair almost, and then you take this front pair out, and then make it a split pair like this, and then insert it. And the AUF sticker for actually both this and the next and the mirror is that you just have to recognize that the extended block does a U2, and it's definitely not the most ideal thing for AUF, but there's absolutely nothing else you can do. So that it's the only option for AUF. And then the same thing, just from the right, kind of, because you have the extended block on the right, you do it from the right, kind of. And same thing with the AUF, you just have to do the U2. There is no other option. So yeah, you do this where you like almost take out this pair so that it's split, but not quite. And then you put this pair over here, and then fix the cross, and then just insert that as a free pair. So yeah, again, you do this thing, take out the pair, make it a split pair, insert. So this next alg is like very simple and very easy to learn. It's basically we're gonna have like this big block in the back, and you're gonna have like these opposite blocks on either side. So it's almost like you have an F perm, but actually technically you do, because if you twist these corners it would be an F perm, but that is not the case. You just have these two opposite blocks with a back block. So yeah, nice for recognition. And also any of these back stickers you can use, or actually any of these front stickers you can use as well. So also really nice for AUF recognition. So the alg just goes like this. So you basically, you take out the back pair, you don't do the extra remove that in the front, and then you start J perm, and then you do, and then you just insert the pair. So actually, you just take out the pair, do a J perm, U prime, and then insert. So yeah, really nice. So this next case, a little more complicated or a little more tricky to recognize, because it's like this T perm pattern, but you have to hold in the back. So yeah, it's a little more difficult for that, but for the rest, it's not too bad. AUF stickers. Technically you have like a bunch of them that are visible. So you have like the bars, which I would recommend using, especially the right one, and these two in the front, which also aren't too bad actually, but I would prefer, I would recommend using the right block or even the left block if your eyes go to that first. But anyways, here's the alg. So there's not really a good way to explain it. You kind of just have to go with it, and it's not too bad. So you do this. You would do a lot of like things with wide arm moves. So you start like this. You just start with that. Then you do like a sledgehammer but without the last F prime. And then you do a U2, wide R2, and then an F. So quick alg, but kind of weird. Again, you do this thing, U2, sledge without the F prime, U2, wide R2, F. Okay, so these next two cases, they're both going to be kind of like an R perm, like this and like this, and you're always going to hold it from this angle. It just depends if you can see the block or if you can't see the block. So, if you can see the block, you do a certain alg. If you can see this block of the R perm, you do one alg, and if you can't see the block because it's in the back right here, you do a different alg. So for AUF sticker, you can just use this other side for both of the cases, although for this case you can kind of use this as well, and for this case you can use this corner as well, but it's not super necessary, I guess, to really have a big preference. So for this case, you just want to start by taking the pair out, and then so you take the pair out and then you cancel into this sledgehammer, and then this is kind of like a winter variation case, but from the side, if you know it. You do this for EO basically, and then you insert the F2L piece with or the F2L pair with an F prime or an F move insert. So again, do like that. So for this next case, it's a bit more complicated, but it's also pretty simple. So what you do basically is you do R prime F R prime F prime R2. So it's like the opposite of doing this insert, if you know what that is. And then you do the same thing for EO, where you insert this back edge into the top layer so that you can get your EO, and then you insert this F2L pair with the fat F move insert like that. So again, just do this, do the EO thing, and then fat F move insert. Okay, so these next two cases are going to be basically where we have the corner solved in the front. You hold it from this specific angle, and the edges all do a 4 cycle, I guess. So kind of like an O-perm, if you know what that is. So this edge would go to here, which goes to here, which goes to here, which goes to here, and then the same thing, but the other edge cycle goes in the other direction. So that's actually how you want to be recognizing these cases, or I guess differentiating them. So if this edge goes over here to where these corners are, then you want to do a certain alg, but then if this edge goes to over like where it would match to this corner, you do a different alg. So yeah, and the corners don't change, so you can just use these two corners for both of the cases for the AUF stickers. So for this case, where you have the edge going in like this direction, where it's going toward these two corners, you want to do it's basically like a combination of doing this T case, which I'll teach later, but it basically goes like that, and doing a back soon or an anti-soon. So you either start with it, which is like what you do for this case, where this edge goes like that way, like this way instead of like that. So going this way, so it goes like this. So you do you put you do an F move, you put the pair into this slot that you made for yourself, and then you do RU2 R prime from here after you do the U prime, and then you just like finish off that pair, and from here you just do a back anti-soon. So yeah, and then for this you do the exact opposite of that. So for where the edge is going this way instead of like this, it's going this way, you do a back soon, or actually a back anti-soon, and then you do this thing where you do actually the opposite case of that. So you do this F prime, U, and then you insert this F2L pair into this slot as if it were like an F2L slot, so like this. Do a U move, and then put it back into here, and then that F prime. So yeah. Again, the AOF stickers are just the corners, and yeah. Okay, so basically for these last 4 cases that I'm going to show, they're all going to be like of the same sort of thing. And basically what I mean by that is, so we're going to have this corner thing, and we're going to have like a thing where for the edges, they're going to be kind of something that like doesn't really make sense. There isn't a whole lot of patterns to. The only pattern that there is that there's always going to be like an H-perm block, either an H-perm block or like an opposite block thing going on. So like for this case, there's like a big H-perm block thing going on right there, and for this case there's just this opposite block right here, and then this like would be if there was a corner right here that would make this an H-perm block, it would also make this an H-perm block. So yeah. But for this, you can only really see that there is this opposite block right there, but yeah. So you kind of have to visualize where the 2 edges are of the like H-perm block or like pseudo H-perm block. So for this case, is and its mirror. So we're gonna have one case where you hold it from the front, and there's gonna be the case where it's like right here, and then the other case is where you have like the opposite block right here, and then this like kind of like pseudo H-perm block, or like it kind of would be an H-perm block if it were in like a specific scenario or whatever. So basically what you want to do for these 2 cases and for the next 2 cases that I'm about to show is you always want to put like the atrium block or like the pseudo atrium block on the left, no matter what. And where the corners are always in the front, in the front or in the back. So if you follow that rule, you'll always put them in the right place, and they won't be the most difficult to recognize, although they are like the some of the hardest cases to recognize out of like the entirety of ZBL. But anyways, with all of that like rambling out of the way, these are just the algs. So for this case, that looks like this. You do this F, U, and then you take out the back pair with the U2, U, F prime, and then you do this like winter variation case if you know it. And then if you don't know it, it just goes like this. So, and then you do that, and then you insert the pair in the back like that. So again, you just do F, U prime, take out the back pair with the U2, U prime, or U, F prime, and then do this winter variation. For this case, AUF sticker is either of these edges from the H-prime block. So yeah, there's that. And then for this case, you're going to recognize that these edges are like right here and right here. And those are actually the AUF stickers as well. And you just do this out. So you do the exact mirror, or the exact inverse, rather, of what I just did. So you take out the back pair, and then do that. Do an F, U prime, and then do a back U2 insert for this pair, like that, and you just finish it off like that. So again, the AUF stickers are right here, and this is the alg, so you do like that. Okay, so for these two cases, like as I was saying before, you can recognize like we still have like this extended H1 block, but this is on the right, and so you want to put it on the left where these two stickers are both in the front or both in the back, and so like this wouldn't work because these are on the side, so this would. So yeah, and then for this case, we're gonna have like the H-firm like block like right here, and then this is like the other piece that like it kind of would be an H-firm block, big H-firm block if like it was like, you know, like if there was a certain piece, if the right corner was here basically. So yeah. But anyways, here are the algs. So for this case, you just do this. So you do R prime FR, U2, and then you do, I like to think of it as L, and then like L R prime, and then this F move, and then like this. You can also think of it as an M move, but I like to think of it as an RM, and then an R prime L, and then from here you just want to insert this pair with F moves, so like that. So again, you just do this, take out this pair, do this RL thing, do that thing, and then insert the pair with F moves. So for this very last case, it's just going to be where you have this massive H-prime block again, but you have to hold it on the left, so like that. And basically what you do is the exact inverse of what I just did. So instead, now you're going to take it out with F moves, And now you're going to do this weird thing where you do like R prime F, and then you do the R prime, and then again, I like to think of this as like L prime R, then do this U2, and then finish it off like that. So again, take this pair out with F moves, do whatever the hell this is, and then do a U2, and then finish it off. Okay, so those were all the cases for the set where you have like the same right here, like the same right here and the opposite right here. I hope you enjoyed, and that this was helpful, and thanks for watching.